Good morning, Shane.
Good morning, sunshine. How you doing?
I am good. How are
That's
you?
what's up. I'm straight, I guess. Just a
So,
black
Ian
man
is
in
headed your
America.
way?
Ian, yeah, Ian is coming through. Ian was like, "Yeah, what's up? Let me hang out for a little bit." At first, I was like, "No, there's no way we're gonna have any issues because it was supposed to like veer off." But then
Mm-hmm.
Ian was like, "Nah, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna come straight through North Carolina." So yeah, Ian,
But it's still it's downgraded to a tropical storm,
yeah, it's no
right?
longer a hurricane now. So we're gonna get
Okay.
tropical storm Ian. We're gonna come hang out through the weekend or whatever.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
rain though. I mean, it's just
yeah.
raining.
Yeah, we're going to get
Not a
some
biggie.
strong winds, I think, tonight and tomorrow. But years ago, I had gone to Bermuda, and it was Felix,
Ah, I
and it
remember
was came
Felix.
on Monday. Roughed up some planes at the airport. Left. I came in on Friday. Me and my girlfriend Talithia. He circled back.
He was like, you know what?
No,
I
this was
wanted to
Felix.
see
Like,
you. I need to talk to you about something. Let me
like,
go.
I
Let me
want to talk
holler
to
at
you
you
about
for
your
a
car
second.
warranty. I'm
Let
like,
me holler at you
what?
for a second. You know what's funny as I was
I had
thinking
to,
about all this?
we had to evacuate. I was so mad. It was either evacuate or possibly get stuck.
I mean, being stuck on the island is not a
Oh,
bad
I
place
know I
to
should have stayed.
be. I would stay.
We had to work. We're like, since they are saying, hey, leave now.
Yeah.
I guess it's the responsible thing to do.
Well, let me
So,
ask you a question though, Trish.
mm-hmm.
What happened to all the hurricanes last year?
No, this year's the light year. Last year wasn't.
No, but what happened to hurricanes last year?
What do you mean?
We had no hurricanes last year. Do you
Are
remember one
you?
hurricane last year?
No, yeah, no, I don't. But there were a lot of storms. I thought last year, didn't they? Was last year the year they started over in the alphabet? No, maybe that wasn't last
That
year.
wasn't last year. Like COVID was
This
so
year,
big, they didn't have hurricanes. It was like the government forgot to hit the hurricane button, and
oh,
it was like, oh shit, we ain't
you are
had no.
ridiculous.
Let's start hurricanes in September now because
All
we got
right,
to make up for last year.
We're gonna have to Google the hurricanes last year.
I don't
Somebody keep
remember
us
one
honest.
announcement of a hurricane last year.
Oh well, it's not like we can't find out. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, okay, so let me just say this. I'm gonna call it to Jackson because he's waiting for his Uber to take him to school because he's in a boot. So Jackson, it's here. So okay. So all right, I'll get back to that. Let's talk because we have to talk about. We'll talk about Ian, and then I'm going to Google. Um, so the death. What is it? At least 4 people have died. Surge waters got as high as what 12 feet. 1.9 million customers are without power. Now they're starting a search and rescue and recovery efforts. At least 2 people were confirmed dead on Sanibel Island. Oh, have you seen the pictures? It's just
The
awful.
pictures have been crazy. Puerto Rico pictures were crazy. Florida pictures
Oh
even. I saw a
man.
manatee wild like hopping down the street. Like
Oh
what?
no.
There was like a
Yeah,
shark
sharks
fight.
and stuff were
Yeah, there was
on
like
like
shark fight. There's
yeah in front of
alligators. Yeah,
some
Florida's on some other
restaurant.
stuff.
Like I mean, damn,
Yeah, yeah.
damn. Yeah, it's crazy. So our hearts go out to anyone who was affected by
Facts.
Ian. Um, but big. I mean, Florida, your governor sucks, but the people are they're about it. Like they were
Yeah,
rescuing cats, dogs,
Floridians don't
guinea
care, man. They was
pigs.
getting people out of cars.
They were on jet skis, taking firefighters or first responders places.
Yep.
Yeah,
Floridian was like, all right, cool, we got it.
they
Oh, y'all
said
need some help? Don't worry
they're like,
about it.
hold my beer.
Oh my God,
They had
we got
their
this.
beers on the side of their jet skis.
They're like, all right, cool.
You know,
No, we won't wrestle alligators. There, we'll
they
see.
are
We'll see.
very resilient. So straight, like yeah, big ups to the people of Florida. So all right, so now we'll talk. All right, so Jackson news. So he was running late on Tuesday, so gets in a lift. Right, I got put him in a lift.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a call. He texts me. I was in a car crash. I'm okay though. I didn't see it, thank goodness. So then he calls me, and I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Oh, we just got into a car accident." I was like, "What?"
So the lift
The lift.
got into a car accident.
Somebody T-boned the lift.
Driving 2 minutes to the school.
Literally, it happened around the block. Not even around the block.
God.
So apparently, the person pulled out to make a left, and they got T-boned. No, on this side. All right. So passenger side. And Jackson was in the back seat of the passenger side. So I was like, I didn't know it was a T-bone. I just thought it was a fender bender. That's what I was thinking. And I said, "Do you need me to come around there?" And he was like, "No." I said, "The police are here." I said, "Can they give you a ride to school?"
You're like, yo, are you gonna get to school though? That's
Can I
what
give you
we.
right? He was like, I don't know. He's like, I'm waiting. They're taking down information, whatever. And then he sends me a case number, but they end up moving over to the high. This is how close they were to the school. They end up moving to the high school parking lot.
They moved the accident over. They're like, everyone's like, where's Jackson?
Then,
I think he's outside. He was in an accident.
He's like, I don't have to. Yeah, I don't need to ride anymore because I'm right here. So, my mother's so funny. Oh, tickets to Jersey are $200. Thanks, Mom. So he gets home. This is Tuesday. He's in pain. When he told me his foot was hurting, I called Resurgence right away. So they can't get him until next Wednesday. So I was like, ugh. So Tuesday night, he's like, I'm in pain. Wednesday, I'm like, I'm going to have to take him someplace to get an x-ray. So I called the pediatrician's office because I was like, I'm just going to take him to the emergency room or to a minute or urgent care that has an x-ray machine.
Yeah.
They're like, go take him to a pediatric orthopedic doctor. I'm like, he's 6'4". They're like, he hasn't aged out. I'm like, okay. They're like, or you go to Children's Hospital. So I was like, okay. So I knew I wanted to go down to the National Black NBA conference yesterday. So I was like, Thursday is not an option. So Wednesday night after I got done working, I was like, hun, drop us off at the Children's Hospital. So we went over there and I was like, I said, maybe it'll be empty. So many babies and little people. But it was like, it was weird because it was like 7:00. You think, you're over here in the emergency room, but you couldn't get an emergency doctor visit, like a sick visit. I mean, there were a ton of people for it to be early. It wasn't like it was the middle of the night. It was odd.
Unless a lot of parents got off of work, did the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
Take your kid there now. Yeah.
There were I felt so bad. And then they weren't even playing movies for these kids. And finally they put on Canto. Is that Encanto? What's it called? The Disney movie? With that pop Encanto, right?
Enchanto?
Yeah, they put it on.
Enchanto, yeah.
I don't know. They finally put that on, so the kids were watching that. But
yeah, Encanto.
So I mean, they were great.
Yeah.
I haven't, as you can see, I haven't seen it. I just know there's something about. We don't talk about Bruno. That's the only song I know. So they were great. They were great. Everybody was great over there, and it really. We were home by 9.
No, that's not bad at all.
You know, it was. Yeah, it wasn't. I thought, whoa, we gotta wait for 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? So everybody was fantastic there. They took an x-ray and the ER doctor, I guess she's in the ER. So she said there was no, she said she thought maybe it would be a sprain, but there was no swelling. So she thinks it's a bone bruise, but which is not, I don't know. You know, you go on Google. So Jackson's been on Google. And
yeah, you can't.
It says
Google
1 to 2 months and So I said, well, we will go to Resurgence. Shout out to Resurgence. And Dr. Koch, Koch. Everyone in my family, except for my husband, has seen Dr. Koch. and including my mother. We've all seen Dr. Koch. Me first for my shoulder. Jay for his shoulder. Ariel for her foot when she broke her toe. And my mother for her hand when Beanie pulled her over. And Jackson for his hand. I think it was for his hand earlier this year. So we've all been over there. So,
shout out to Jackson for being okay.
He's in a boot
after getting T-boned.
Yeah, then later he said we got T-boned, and so I was like, "Were they going fast?" And he was like, "Well, no, they braked." And he said his hip was hurting, but his hip wasn't bothering me. His hip hasn't bothered him anymore. So,
so he didn't lay out in the car like this until the ambulance
but then he was like kind of wishing he had. But
bro, I'm like, no, you can't.
Like, whoa, my neck, my back.
Nah, can't move. And the whole ambulance ride, the whole 9 yards, bro.
Yeah, but he was limping though because he did hurt. He jammed his foot because he was in a regular car. So now he's late to school because he's got a cold because he has the immune system of a guppy. He's sick. My husband said, "What, Jackson? When's the last time you had an apple?" And my husband said, "In a Happy Meal." Because you remember?
We used to give apples out in Happy Meal.
You get the little apples like that's the last time he had an apple was when he was forced to have the apple before he could eat the fries from his Happy Meal. So he just left. He's going off to school. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, help me. So. Anyway, so fingers crossed, prayers up that everything's fine because he wants to try out for the basketball team, and he's like, "Well, if I can't play basketball, I may as well go back to Capstone."
I'm not getting these ducats though.
We're not going to skip that. Oh yeah, and he's like, "I read that people can get $25,000." I was like, "Jackson, please." I mean, it goes based on your injury, and So anyway,
I might get a little something.
Yeah, I don't know. So Okay, so I knew you would think this is weird. This Biden story
bro.
is weird.
Bro.
So, okay, let me just start off by saying I called everybody in my family the wrong name. I was talking to Beanie. I said Ariel. I could be talking to Jackson and say Beanie. Everybody is everybody. Kamala Harris is in South Korea and talked about their partnership with North Korea. She just did that yesterday, I think. So we all do it.
Errors happen.
Whoopi Goldberg. Now this one's makes more sense because they were pre-taping, and she was like, "Take a little time, enjoy the view," and they were like, "We got more show left," but that didn't air. So I mean, gaffes happen. But Representative Jackie Walorski, who had funded she was an Indiana Republican. She died in a car crash. She and her staffers died in a car crash in August. And she, I guess, funded this, was behind this bill. And so they were, having a conference on nutrition and hunger and health. And she was, one of the 4 co-sponsors on the bill. So meanwhile, Biden and Jill, the president and his wife, had sent out their condolences in August when she passed and when her staffers passed. And he said, "Jackie, are you here?
Listen.
Where's Jackie?
Listen. We all knew this, right? We knew.
I saw the video.
We knew Biden was an elder statesman when we elected him.
Yeah.
They did a great job of putting Kamala in the front.
Dressing it up. I mean,
but we all knew.
I was a teenager when Reagan was in office, and he had Alzheimer's towards the end.
In the back of our minds, we all knew. We were like, but it meant either giving Trump another 4 years or bringing Biden. So we chose to go the Biden route. Now we're just dealing with it, right? Like, this is going to be the fallout. There's going to be more faux pas. What we got?
He forgot. So, and then they lit into his ass. So one of the when they were talking to the chief, chief is whatever, correspondence, chief of staff, whatever, who's very eloquent, and somebody said, they were like, well, she was just on the forefront of his mind. And the guy said he was a liberal from a liberal outlet. He said, well, I think about John Lennon every day, but I don't go looking for him.
Facts. I mean, it's just weird that he because it wasn't just like he mentioned her name. He actually asked. He asked. He was like, "Where's Jackie?
Where's Jackie?" He forgot she was dead
in the ground, dead. Like it could be where like, oh, Jackie, blah 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 blah, and then he remembers. Oh, okay, wait, no, I'm sorry, I apologize. Jackie, she was a co-sponsor of this bill.
Yeah, are there no notes?
No, I'm so sorry about that. Condolences, blah blah blah. No. He went on to ask for her. Like, he was dead ass. He was like, where's she at? Run her. Bring her up. I need to see her. Stand up, Jackie. Yeah, would the real Jackie please stand up?
Oh, my gosh. Like, if Jackie stands up, with this
yeah, we don't really want Jackie stand up. Yeah. We don't want Jackie stand up at this point. Gosh. But, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Biden's older. Biden's old. Like, he old. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That's
Joe is 79 years old. He's about to be 80 on November 20th. So, he's entering that stage where, capacities are going to start to diminish.
Yeah.
That's what we signed up for.
My mom just asked me. She just said, so my cousin said you're coming to Jersey. Oh, she said, when are you coming to Jersey? And I said, the third week of October. And she said, oh, yeah, my cousin said you were coming here. I said, she's like, did you post something on Facebook? I said, no, I didn't post anything on Facebook. I haven't bought a ticket. Everything hasn't even been ironed out yet because it's my girlfriend's birthday. So we're going to visit with her. And she's like, well, are you going to Brooklyn? And I was like, am I going to Brooklyn? You just asked me when I was coming to Jersey. What are you talking about? Brooklyn. I don't know. What I'm thinking Brooklyn. I'm like, did you post that you're going to Brooklyn? I was like, no, I didn't say anything about New York City. So bless her heart.
Wow. When they get older, it starts to slip.
Oh no, she didn't hear that though. She's I'm not putting her.
Do your puzzles, people. Do puzzles and crossword puzzles.
She's in
crossword games, puzzles. Do anything to keep your brain working now. To reduce the chances of brain
that was just I don't know if that was. All right, so I'm looking at hurricanes, the hurricane season 2021 Shane, because we can't. There were 21 storms.
Storms, but no hurricanes. There was 21 storms last year. A lot
Atlanta
of cyclones, a lot of tropical storms.
Cyclone is the same thing as a hurricane, but that's not.
The cyclone is like a tornado in the ocean.
It's not yeah.
It's a tornado in the ocean.
Any major ones?
Bro, I don't remember nothing from last year.
Sam, the strongest storm was Sam.
But did Sam come through the U.S.? Sam didn't hit the U.S.
Yeah. Okay. Let me change this to hit. Okay. 2021 hurricanes in U.S. 2021 hurricanes hit the U.S. All right. Sorry. Yeah. So I could guess right. You gotta.
They were saying 1, 2, 3. A lot of tropical storms currently hit the U.S. Tropical storm Anna, Bill, Claudette, Danny, Fred, Grace, Henry.
Well, this is that's the Atlantic. Yeah. What hurricanes? Yeah. So Annabelle, Claudette, Danny, Elsa, Fred, Grace, Henry. They were all 3.8 or lower.
But they're all tropical storms. They weren't hurricanes.
None of them turned into hurricanes. Storm names.
There was a Hurricane Henry. I don't remember him.
I don't either. Well, that's good though, right?
Listen, it's just really convenient how when COVID news simmers, hurricane news picks up.
So you think that they hit the button like how Trump had his Coke button, his Diet Coke button?
Almost definitely. The government controls the weather. Like, I'm not one of these people who doesn't think that's what chemtrails are about. You know, like people be like, oh, this is crazy. Chemtrails are real. Like there are actual military folks who confirm that there are chemtrails.
What is
chemtrails are used to control the weather. Like if you ever look up in the sky, and you see just these random streaks of what looks like clouds. Those are called chemical trails, right? And so basically the quote unquote conspiracy theory is that chemtrails are strategically released. And that helps control the weather. Like some of the chemtrails via jet exhaust or whatever. Okay. Like you'll see like jets just randomly leave these quote unquote chemtrails or whatever. And
does it look like Raleigh scattering?
No, like if you see a picture of a chemtrail, it just looks like
I'm good.
Just looks like random pieces of air. Just type in chemtrails and look at images.
Okay, all right, got it.
And you'll be like, oh yeah, I see those all the time.
Oh yeah. You're saying that controls the weather?
Yes, chemtrails control the weather.
Oh wow. Okay. So that.
Yes, that's a chemtrail.
Okay. Okay.
They're basically chemtrails consist of chemicals, biological agents used for geoengineering, right? So basically, they're just basically
why
used to
don't
control.
They use them over California to make it rain then?
Because for whatever purpose, they don't want rain to be in California at the time. It's not part of the plan because then you're going to get fires, which are going to like clear out land, which can be used for other things and whatnot. You know, just just that, you know.
Okay.
It's not, everything is just not what it seems, people.
Oh my gosh, that's scary. I'm not ready for, I can't handle that. There's some things I don't need to, I'm on a need to know basis. You know what I mean?
It's just it's not, everything is, you just can't take it for face value. When has the government ever told you everything that's true and honest? And, you know, they don't. And so, yes, chemtrails use control the weather. And I believe 100,000% that they're like, oh, well, COVID got out of control last year, but now we're back. Let's get these chemtrails going, and let's get this hurricane season cranked back up. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh, I hope not. I hope not. I hope that's not. I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong about that, because things I used to think people that there was a bigger plan is as poorly as things are run. I'm starting to think it's like Wizard of Oz. Like you think there's this great Oz, and then it's like some dude behind a curtain. You know what I mean? But who has no power at all.
Sometimes their chaos is the distraction.
Yeah, you say that all the time.
things look like they're being poorly ran, but there's strategy behind the chaos, right? Things are
Okay.
just not anticipating and happening because it's just happening. No, there's a reason why things are looking the way they're looking or whatnot.
Okay.
So that's always my belief.
Well, this is funny. This is like in funny news. So Trump, it said, I think he got this idea from Bill Maher because Bill Maher kept saying Trump's not going to leave when he loses, he's not going to leave. He's not going to leave. I think he gave him the idea not leave. So he literally was telling his aides and stuff, I'm not leaving. But he was also asking them how could he, like people, how could he stay? Like what could he do? And the person that brings his Coke, Diet Coke, was one of the people that he asked. Like, what can I do? How can like he knows.
Maybe that guy's like a PhD of political law.
I mean, he's seen a lot, but he's never seen anybody say they're not leaving. Oh gosh.
It's like the butler at the White House probably knows more than anybody else.
Sure.
The tea that they have is probably ridiculous. They've seen the things that they've seen. They've definitely seen some things.
So okay, here's my last thing. So this is like big ups to City of Atlanta. Apparently they had a ceremony. So the City of Atlanta bought the old brick company site where convict leasing persisted. The city held a ceremony honoring the acquisition of the Chattahoochee Brick Company. Chattahoochee Brick Company. It was owned by one of the former mayors of Atlanta. The company used the convict leasing system, forcing African Americans to work in horrible conditions with no regard to their health. It filled the pockets of corporations. It also did business with the mayor. Some of the people said some of the people who were leased here actually were buried there. Basically, they worked you to death, buried you, and kept on going. Okay. So the city of Atlanta bought the property, had a ceremony last Saturday, and the city will create a park at the site with direct access to the Chattahoochee River, which is really like a big lake. It's like a big stream. The bricks were built on the blood and sweat of the people who did not have a choice to work here. Jeez. The site was initially zoned for industrial use, but now the city will preserve it. Mayor Andrew Dinkins, Andre, I can't even read this one, said he'll be thinking of some ways to reimagine the space and pay homage to the deceased. American history is also painful. This is one way we can reconcile with our past and build unity. So, yep, so that's a good thing.
No, I think it's cool that they're taking that certain local governments are giving back the things that were taken from blacks and persons and indigenous persons.
Atlanta has a black mayor, so Andre.
Yeah, and California did it. Didn't California just give like beach property back?
Yes.
So I think it's cool to
see. We talked about that in one of our.
See those things happening, but that also had me thinking. We didn't originally talk about this, but the way you said the conditions that they had going on, that reminds me of
Tesla.
No, shit, Tesla. Yeah, could be Tesla, but Alabama. There's a prisoner strike going on right now, an inmate strike in Alabama.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where the inmates are refusing to do the labor, like the work that they do for like 2 or 3 cents or whatever.
How do they refuse to do it? Like, what happens to them?
Well, they're going on a hunger strike. They're not eating and they're not working. Yeah, and so basically they're saying like 80% of the 25,000 people in prison are participating in the strike.
In one prison?
I guess across Alabama prisons.
Oh, okay.
Basically, they're protesting the horrible conditions in which they're forced to work in and live in. Or whatever. Like right now, it's saying that prisons are operating about 182% capacity, or whatever. Okay. And the Alabama's prison system has the highest rates of homicides and rape in the country.
Ugh.
Wow. And so, like that, those inhumane conditions,
right?
They still exist.
Right?
They still exist. Right. Like that's what we were talking about. The 13th Amendment did nothing to abolish slavery or the inhumane.
It just made it did not. It just
allowed us to treat prisoners.
It's the pipeline, like right? Like the school to prison pipeline.
That's it. Even as much as we're taking steps forward, we still existing in the same issues of yesterday, right? And in the same thought of reminiscing about yesterday, Netflix released the Jeffrey Dahmer mockumentary, earlier this
Jackson's
week.
been watching that. He keeps saying, you gotta watch this Dahmer thing. And I thought it was a documentary.
Right.
And I said to him, like, the first time he said it, I just ignored him. The second time he said it, I said, I seen that shit on the news. He said, like, he was like, oh, really? And then I see it's a mockumentary, and then it's gonna make you mad. But go ahead, because you're watching.
Yeah,
it,
no,
right?
same thing. I think there's just one first big thing that happened usually, and I give the shout out to the LGBTQ community. They don't play no games about their lettering or whatever, because Netflix originally had this movie listed under the LGBTQ category, and they were like, no, don't do that. This is not a
oh, really?
LGBTQ. Yeah,
no,
because
that's sicko. It needs to be under the sicko category.
Exactly. So they removed it from the LGBTQ category or whatnot. And
like he ain't one of us.
Yeah, but what's real is that he actually was a homosexual. Like
but he's just like
he's just sick, right? Yeah, nobody. They're like, we don't associate that with us. We don't. Nobody's claiming Jeffrey Dahmer in the world of like whose side's going on who. Jeffrey Dahmer sitting in the middle. Ain't nobody selecting him. It was like, nah, y'all.
He's not. It's kickball, and he's not getting. He's getting picked last.
I think everyone else is like, nah, white folk, y'all can have him. We don't want him over here. No special categories, no nothing, whatever. But people are upset about it. A lot of family members are saying that Netflix is making a lot of money off of this tragedy, and it's not like the victims aren't getting any of this money or whatever. And something that people are just not really sitting well with them about this. This one is hitting different for folks. I can't watch it myself because it's just full of just racism. Just ugly racism.
The part I saw was like where they were like they could have, how much scrutiny the police are getting now because they were like, had they not been so racist and homophobic, they could have stopped him early. And even like with that 14-year-old, they walked right back in, and then he killed that young boy. Like
he knew. Jeffrey Dahmer was so smart. He understood the least cared about group of people at that time would be homosexual black men, young homosexual black men.
The same thing with pedophiles, people who get into the church or whatever,
or foster care systems.
Who always go after people who are children who have no support system. The underprivileged. Nobody's gonna care.
It's just I just don't understand. Of all the stories Netflix could make, this story I
maybe it's to bring awareness, you think? Or is it just to make money?
It feels like it's just for entertainment. Nobody's walking away from this with like some great understanding.
That's why I thought it was a documentary. And I'm like, I can understand a documentary because they did
a documentary feels like awareness, right? A documentary like that was like Tiger King was like a documentary. It felt like awareness,
I didn't watch. Was it a documentary? I didn't watch that.
When the pandemic first happened, that was like the biggest.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. I said back then, if you see me watching the Tiger King, I have given up.
That's
I absolutely refused. I was like, I will not. Everybody else watch. I will not watch that.
Right. So this is a mockumentary. So they're just doing this to make money, and it's just not. Jeffrey Dahmer is just one of those people. Like I don't want to see entertainment off of this story or whatever. Right? It's racism. It's sick. It's he's one of the darkest people of our time, and it's not cool. I don't know. It doesn't do it for me, and so that doesn't work for me. And man, we lost a legend this week. Man, it's just been too much, right? There's Coolio died. Died.
Yeah, you told me. I didn't even know.
What's today? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday night. Coolio died. They didn't say what yet.
No.
But he was 59.
Jeez.
And it's just not. Like, my wife was really alarmed by this because we just had David Arnold died a couple days ago.
A couple weeks ago. All right.
55.
And they never. I watched something on YouTube with Julie, and somebody else was talking. She was talking. I can't remember who was kind of interviewing her.
Yeah, it's just one of those things like, black men really need to take our health seriously. Go get your prostate exams, go get your blood pressure checked.
Yep.
Go make sure that, that your cholesterol levels are where they're supposed to be. Because our life expectancy right now in the U.S. is on to like early 70s for a black man. And so dropping off in your late 50s, early 60s is like right on par for course. And that needs to change, man. We need to change our eating habits. We need to be more active.
Yeah.
It's just not it. You can't take it lightly anymore. It's not just work until you die. It's not a good look, man. 50s is young. It's way too young.
And I mean, you're saying that you're in your 30s, so you know how I feel. I feel like 50. God dang.
No, it's
59.
We have enough outside influences trying to shorten our lifespans than to pile it on ourselves with irresponsible healthcare for ourselves. There's plenty of free clinics around here. Let's go explore those. If you can't afford to go to a primary care physician regularly, pay attention to your teeth. Teeth are so important. Your mouth is so important. So many diseases and things going to your body through rotten teeth and things that nature. Get all these things taken care of, man. So that's our little corner of awareness today. Yeah. Go stay up on your health.
And shout out to National Black NBA, because they put on a heck of a conference this week. I mean, everybody was there from Nike. I mean, I'm sure I didn't see Google this year. I'm sure Google was there. I mean, sure any Fortune 50 company you could think of was there. And Gilead, Kite, I mean, J&J, everybody was there.
Everybody.
It was at the Georgia World Congress Center. Or is it the Georgia? Yeah. And Dairy Farmers of America were making milkshakes. Okay, their milkshakes brought all the boys to the yard. How was the milkshake? Was it good? Delicious. Becky was there representing 10X. Yay. And she was like, Trish, go get yourself a milkshake. And I was like, a milkshake? She's like, yeah. And so I went down, I walked around, and I was standing. This guy says, you're looking for something. I said, yeah, I'm looking for the milkshakes. Somebody's making milkshakes. He's like, I have no idea who that is, but when you find out, let me know. So I go back, and then Becky's like, no, right there, she's got a blender. I was like, oh, snap. So I went around, I saw the guy who was talking to somebody. I was like, excuse me, but the milkshakes are over at the Dairy Farmers of America. Went back out in line. She was like, would you like strawberry or vanilla? I want to say both, please. But I took vanilla.
She went strawberry.
Oh no, like
strawberry's pinnacle.
I walked away and I'm trying to drink it. It was so thick I had to go back and get a straw. It was I got a brain freeze. I sucked it down. It was probably like that much, but it was so good.
You can't go wrong with strawberry or anything. Strawberry malt. I love a strawberry malt. You like malts?
I've never had a malt.
You never had a malt?
Oh, but watching like Laverne and Shirley, they would drink the Coke and milk or something, Pepsi and milk and have malts and floats. Yeah. I like floats, but I never had a malt.
Yeah, malts are amazing. Like I would take a malt over shit.
What's in a malt?
Malt.
Malt what? Liquor?
Malt. No, malt. Malt is actually like a substance. It's a thing. Malt.
Oh, okay. And
so you put that like in there. Like a malt. It's one of those things where people are like, what does it taste like? It tastes like itself. It tastes like nothing else.
It's like a soda. Is it bubbly like a soda?
No, it's milkshakey. It's thick like a milkshake, but it doesn't. Really? It tastes like it's a malt.
Okay.
So
and you get strawberry.
Yeah, I get strawberry.
You get strawberry.
Yeah, strawberry malt. Shout out to Cookout. Cookout is. I'm not sure if you guys got Cookouts in GA.
Yep, they have 41 flavors.
Oh my god!
Are those malts?
Yeah, they have milkshakes and malts. Go to Cookout, get a strawberry malt or a vanilla malt since you like.
You always come back from Cookout, even in the drive-thru, it smells like smoke.
Oh yeah, you got to be quick about it. You can't just sit there for too long.
No. Yeah, Arrow got she got a not a ginger snap. What are the cookies? The thin mint cookie from there. The chocolate. It was like around Christmas, and she got one, and it was tasty, but like 2 sips in, and you're like, all right, uncle. Yeah, because it's just too sweet.
Super thick. Yeah, do their malts. Malts are awesome.
I do vanilla, so maybe I'll try vanilla.
Malt.
I like vanilla ice cream. That's my favorite.
Breyer's French bean vanilla ice cream might be top tier.
That's what I get for the when we have cakes. But if I want to get an ice cream cone, I don't get vanilla. I usually get Oreo.
Really?
Or sherbet. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Or cone. Yeah.
McDonald's cones are like amazing in the summertime. The McDonald's ice cream cone.
Their ice cream machines are always broken.
See, I go to the ones across the town. You got to go to the ones on the right side of town. Our ice cream, but on the other side of town, their ice cream machines
where
are
I
always broken.
live, the ice cream machines are always broken too.
What? Nah.
I don't. But you know what? I stopped messing with McDonald's a long time ago when they changed when they got that McFlurry. Like McDonald's old milkshakes, like when I was a kid or even like a teenager or 20s, were delicious. I go there and get a cheeseburger, some fries, and I would get either a strawberry or vanilla milkshake.
Right.
But vanilla was always my favorite.
Right.
They were so good. Even strawberry was so good. And they changed that McFlurry stuff, and
they still got their milkshakes.
They're not good though. They're not good to me.
You don't like the milkshakes?
I thought they're McFlurries.
No, they have milkshakes and McFlurries.
Oh, they stopped. Oh, maybe I'll have to try one and see.
Yeah, they still got their milkshakes, but then you can also get McFlurry. My wife loves the Oreo McFlurry with caramel.
Ew.
Oreo McFlurry with caramel. Okay. That's her joint. Or whatever. So,
I like Oreo milkshakes from Chick-fil-A.
Oh man.
And I like
Chick-fil-A. I need you to please offer large milkshakes. I want large milkshakes.
Yeah, they used to have medium and large, right? Or small.
Yeah, now everything is small.
They had small and medium, and also their the lemonade, frosted lemonade. Have you ever had one?
Mm-mm.
It's lemonade in vanilla.
So y'all get medium in Georgia? We don't get like every Chick-fil-A here just serves the small ones.
They just changed it, right? They got rid of medium. Like,
oh, okay.
You don't tell me. Now I got to buy two.
Yeah, because you get your little cup of shit. I'm like, come on, I'm a grown man. What am I gonna do with this little thing, man?
They got rid of the size. So
but Chick-fil-A don't care because they know they're gonna still make money. That's how gangster Chick-fil-A is. Remember when Chick-fil-A had all the controversy with the LGBTQ community? Yeah. They're the only company I've known who went up against the LGBTQ and won.
And still
they were like, nah, we're not opening on Sundays. We're not changing nothing. We are who we are. Now what you gonna do?
Right.
All right, we'll
what do you have? Like you want fries with that shake? Yeah.
Chick-fil-A was like, yeah, we're not changing shit. Yeah, exactly. We changing shit.
I stop. I'm an ally, so I don't really go there or order anything. Every once in a while, Jackson will.
I know people
and it's
who
up the street
are
from Ariel's school, so Ariel will go.
And they ride it out with Chick-fil-A. They don't care. They're like, look.
Really? See, I can live. I can take it or leave it. I can take.
I mean, that's like people who are atheists.
Yeah.
Same thing as people who are atheists still eating at Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A is a staunch Christian organization.
Yeah.
They stand up for they are not pro-choice. They are definitely pro-life. Chick-fil-A stand 10 toes down on everything and everyone still eats it. Mine's still wrapped around the building.
There's something going on with them not, and I don't know. I think I just heard this the other day, so it's not gospel. But something about them and their insurance and birth control.
What? They're not offering birth control.
Yeah, because like Hobby Lobby doesn't offer birth control. So I don't know if I read or was just talking with someone and they mentioned it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not sure. I have to look into that. So anyway, so Shane, we're gonna finish up our
series
on what not to do when entering corporate America. Now we're going to talk about what to do because we have to be an Oreo, right? You have the chocolate and then you have the vanilla.
Oreo in the sense we have to find another word because that we can't. We Oreos are not Oreos. Good. Yes, but I mean the connotation of Oreo is just not good.
The connotation is it's got a yummy center and crunchy outside.
That's not the connotation of Oreo.
It is when I think about it. When I think of Oreos, I think about being positive. Like it's like, hey, first of all, you're doing a great job. And then you get in the middle part and you're like, so here's some of the things I would suggest you work on, but you're doing a great job.
That's a good connotation of Oreo.
The work Oreo.
When I think of Oreos, I think of Tiger Woods. I think of
I
think of those persons who are all
I don't think of people
black on the outside and all not black on the inside.
I've made it something positive. I've taken a word.
Look at you. Yeah. You are black.
I'm taking a word.
Because we took nigger and turned into nigga and we just do you see the story with the cable guy who went to the guy's house looking to sell some cable I think it was in Texas.
Cable?
Yeah, well, sell the cable services.
Day-to-day, door-to-door.
And no, I didn't know like, hey, I've been going around to all the niggers and neighbors.
Who did he say that to?
A black man. And the black dude, and I applaud the black dude. The black dude was like, you know what, nah, dog, I'm good. And he just walked back in the house.
Did he get caught? Was that on his Ring doorbell?
Yeah, it's on the Ring cam. Yeah, and so it's out there. I'm like, nah, that you said that hard ER at the end too. Like he wanted to get it off. He's probably been doing that all day, just getting that off, and just like people have been chalking it up to a mistake or whatever. But yeah, anyway.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, they out there. It is what it is, man.
Well,
so yeah, we'll get back to the series.
Yeah.
Next thing we'll talk about is this.
We didn't even say who we were. We didn't say who we were, Shane.
Oh shit!
Who are we for all of our new listeners?
For all new listeners, who are we?
Who are we?
We are 2 seasoned corporate veterans who are here to pass along the lessons learned from the mistakes we've done in our corporate careers, and hopes that you don't make the same mistakes, or that you at least laugh while you're doing it.
Right.
So, to the 2 live recruiters are whatnot. So, and shout out to our followers, man. We see our numbers going up on IG. We see our numbers going up. We appreciate it. Yes. Slide over to YouTube, watch our video on YouTube as well.
Watch our videos, like and subscribe.
Go out to the Twitter. We on the Twitter. Go to the Twitter.
Yep. Go to Twitter, go to Facebook, go to Instagram, go to Anchor. I'm doing all this early. Go to Anchor, Amazon Music,
TikTok,
Apple,
TikTok.
TikTok. Oh yeah. Oh, I have to do another episode of what the fuck.
What the fuck?
I have a racist edition and a family edition. So yes.
Oh, I got an edition of what the fuck too. I'm telling you about it off camera.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. So last week. So recap the top.
So last week we talked about the top 10 things of what not to do. Well, not really top 10, just the things of what not to do. When entering corporate America, right? We talked about not assuming you know everything. Don't stress about not knowing everything. Don't participate in office gossip. Don't eat smell food in the cafeteria. Don't feel a need to fill in the quiet spaces.
Don't bring smelly food to work.
Don't bring smelly food to work.
Yeah, unless it doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Yes.
Or don't bring it in cooked. Work. Yeah.
Eat your smelly subs and sandwiches outside.
Yes.
Don't if you're on Zoom. This was a personal one for me. Trish said she didn't have a problem with this one. Okay. But I was like, don't bring your pets on camera. I don't want to see your pets. I don't care about your pets. She likes pets. We can also say newborn babies on that one too. I got 4 kids. I'm all babied out. I don't want to see your pictures of your newborn babies.
Think I like pets more than babies.
Yeah, because everybody baby and cute, and don't force me to say your baby's cute. Because I'm just saying, oh, that's interesting.
Oh no, a guy I used to work with years ago. He would say, "Oh, that baby." If it was an ugly baby, he would say, "Oh, that baby's so alert."
Very aware. Don't feel the need to take on a bunch of projects, and work 80, 90 hours, have some work-life balance. Don't take casual dress codes to the extreme. And number one thing was don't fuck anybody at the office.
That's where the 2 live recruiters comes in.
Yeah.
So, don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. That's not a good look.
So those are things not to do.
Yeah, bars. That's what
not
kids
to
say. Yeah.
Now, when you do come into corporate America, there are certain things you should do, right? If you are truly here to establish yourself and have a long career, there are certain things you need to do. One of the first things you need to do is understand what you want out your career. Like, what are you working for? Like, you got to know what your end goal is. So you know what steps to take to get there. Like anything in life, whether you're trying to lose weight, whatever you're trying to do, you just got to know where you're going so you can put the destination in your map of life and go there, right? So first thing you do is before you start applying for random jobs every place, just understand what you want out of your career, how you want to get there. Find somebody on LinkedIn who's at the end result of where you want to be and look at their profile, look at jobs they've had, look at the steps they took and see how they got to where they're at and see if that aligns with what you want to do, where you can see yourself going. So understand where you want to go. When you understand where you want to go, you're in corporate America, you got the job, find a mentor. Find a mentor on the leadership path that you aspire to be on and establish some sort of cadence with them. And it's okay to literally just ask them, hey, I would love for you to mentor me in my career. Right. And people are really, really humbled when given that opportunity. I once asked the CEO. We had a town hall meeting at one of my organizations and went up and asked the CEO, I'm like, hey, I want to be where you're at one day. Do you mind mentoring me a little bit? And he was like, cool. So the CEO literally took off 30 minutes out of his calendar every 2 weeks to talk to me on Friday afternoons.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Like it was, he said, no one's asked me that in years. He was like, and I really enjoy doing that. No one has ever come up and asked me that since I've started climbing the C-suite ladder. And not, like people really do enjoy that. So find yourself a mentor. You know, Trisha's been my mentor. You know, Trisha's been my recruitment mentor. We've known each other, goddamn, like a long time now, well over a decade. So that's the homie. Yeah, definitely that. Volunteer for projects. Volunteer for projects that get you cross-functional experience and exposure. You want to volunteer for things that get you outside of your business unit. Volunteer for things that get you working with other business units. You can see how other side of the business works. That allows you to be able to expose yourself to the other sides of the groups and the other side of the business, and really get a chance to feel what you want to do. You know, and part of doing that leads us into the next thing you want to do, man. Network. I know that's a cute little phrase that we use in college. We want to have networking. No, seriously though, when you get in corporate America, you have to network. I assure you, more so than a lot of places in life. It's not what you know in corporate America, it's who you know. Because I assure you, there are a lot of people.
And then if you know something and somebody, then
that is a wonderful combination. God forbid you go out and you do some of the things that's on the what not to do list, and you know you happen to witness it. You know, you can write yourself a golden ticket in corporate America.
Is that called naked pictures of somebody with a monkey? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Some things, you know, you go to Vegas with your team and for some team meeting and things get kind of Vegas-y. You know, you don't want to talk about it. You just want to remind them that you got the pictures. Like, oh man, you remember that night? Oh, you don't remember? Oh yeah, look at what happened. Yeah. You know, so, but seriously though, network. Meet people outside of your career path, outside of what you do. If you're an engineer, go meet some people in finance. You know, in finance, go meet some people in sales. Like just network around, because depending upon your industry, corporate America is very incestuous, and you will come across people again from early points in your career who can either help you or hurt you. I've seen people who have amazing resumes and they are now applying to a company where somebody that they used to work with are in leadership position there, and they're like, nah, I worked with him 7 years ago. I wouldn't work with him ever again. Now you could be completely different than what you were 7 years ago.
Yes,
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your name is going to be salty at that new organization, right? And that's network. Yeah. What else should you do? CYA. Always CYA. If there's any issue, get it off the phone, get it into an email. Because you never know who doesn't like you. You don't know why they don't like you. So you should always be able to track your efforts. If you do something, make sure you get some sort of email correspondence confirming it. That way, when if shit does hit the fan, you're covered. Part of growing up in corporate America is understanding CYA. It is a necessary evil in this business. It is a cold, cold world out here, and no one gives a fuck about you and your career. They don't care about their own. So cover your ass so people that you're not getting fucked up.
You think that it's real talk, because you think that people are down with you, and that goes back to thinking that you have friends, you know, work or whatever, friends. And they're
because we're talking about people's livelihood. So if somebody is if something happens that looks a little funky to leadership, no one's gonna put their livelihood at risk for your livelihood. Right. They're gonna throw your livelihood under the bus, and they're gonna worry about theirs and their own. Right. So CYA, make sure you got emails covering everything you did. You make a mistake, fess up to it quickly. I learned that early in my career. In my career, I'd make a mistake and I try to fix it myself. I wouldn't tell my leadership about it. Then it'd get worse, and then it hit the fan, and it'd be a whole thing. No. Something goes wrong.
No, we are not machines. Mistakes happen, and nobody's getting hung at sunrise. So it happened. Mitigate the fallout, get help, and move on.
Move on. Yeah. It's not a big deal. I think we need to, especially persons of color in corporate America, persons of color very much are hypersensitive to mistakes because
we feel like we can't make any. They're treated like catastrophes, whereas you could see someone else who does not look like you. And I hate to always get racial, but I mean, it is what it is. That's the life of corporate America. We're not even right. I can listen. I just heard recently about from a a girl friend of mine who's a hiring manager. She had sent something over to I guess TA and for it to be reviewed, but she's thinking HR, right, not TA. Like this, and it was something that needed to be reviewed by legal. So the person didn't do that. They just said you're good to go. And so this person my friend sent this thing out to everybody short of, I think, the CEO of her company, and then got her ass handed to her. And so in turn, she went back to her TA person and was pissed. Like, what gives?
Yo, exactly.
And then, you know what happened? She had to apologize. She was asked to apologize to that TA person because she hurt her feelings.
Hurt her feelings for calling her out on a mistake that she made.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
I definitely.
When I've seen at that same, things where something so small that nobody was hurt. You know what I mean? And not a mistake made, but somebody has just blown up.
Yep.
And somebody of color. Yeah.
CYA guys, CYA, cover your tracks at all times, man.
Yeah.
Stay true to yourself. One thing about corporate America is it's just like the streets. We say it all the time. People say, but it's true. There are going to be opportunities for you to be deceitful. There's going to be opportunities for you to stab people in the back. Mm-hmm. There's going to be opportunities for you to take credit where credit is not due to you.
Right.
Don't be that person. I mean, if you're that person, I guess, congrats on being an asshole. But like, if you're not that person, then don't turn into that person.
Be that person.
Don't let the lure of a title.
Like the money. That's usually and money and title and power amplifies personalities. So figure out who you are.
And stay true to that. Don't.
Well, if you're an
compromise.
Asshole, try to change.
Yeah. Don't compromise. Don't compromise your morals for corporate success because you are more than your job. Right. We need to understand.
Your job is what you do, not who you are.
You're more than whatever organization.
Yeah.
There it is. One of the big things that is okay is that understand that it's okay to change career path. If you are on a career path and you decide that, you know what, I don't really want to fuck with this no more. You don't have to. People, you don't have to. You can leave your company, you can leave your organization, you can move the fuck on whatever else you want to do. Right?
Damn.
I got a homie right now, man. Like this guy was a film major in college. Before he left college, he'd already went to Africa and done a documentary on a tribe in a village in Africa. Like, he really loved film.
Okay.
But he got married young and they had their first kid. And like a true man, he stepped up. And so he took a job in finance. He's been working for this large finance company for almost 17 years now. And he hates it. He hates it with everything in him. But he's good at what he does. He's a hard worker. So he's moved up in the company, but he's not happy. And I'm telling him all the time, nigga, quit and move on. Your wife makes bank. His wife, she owns a couple autism clinic franchises here. Like, she's awesome. Go pursue your dreams, man. Like, go run with that.
Yeah, what do they say? If you love what you do, you'll never work a day.
Yeah, man, just don't stop being so upset. Stop being just stop letting it eat away at you, man. So it's okay to change career paths. Like, if you don't like it, I work with someone right now who was a lawyer and decided they didn't want to be a lawyer no more. And so now they are a recruiter. They got their JD. The people are like, what? And like, I'm good.
Yeah, I've worked with a number of recruiters who have masters in biology. There was one girl at Gilead who had a PhD. And she was a recruiter. She made a good one because she talked and knew where to find people.
You want to? It's just as okay to wake up and eat a cake because you're an adult. You can do that. Like, you want to eat cake and desserts all day? Go right ahead. You're grown. Do your thing. It's not healthy.
Well,
you can't do it a lot.
You don't remember this because you're younger, but when Bill Cosby had a special in the 80s where he gave his kids chocolate cake, And they were like, Dad, it's great. Give us a chocolate cake. And it was a cake, has eggs, it has flour, it has milk. It was like, it's a breakfast of champions.
It's an American breakfast.
I had chocolate cake for breakfast before. It was the day after my birthday because it had a huge, like 5-tier chocolate cake. What was a vanilla cake with the chocolate batter?
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
That sounds delicious.
Shout out to Shea Montier. He didn't make it, but he did my dinner, my 50th birthday dinner, and he is a baker that it was beautiful. It was a thing. I have to show you a picture. It was like this tall, and it had gold and flowers on. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. And the first piece, I was like, man, this is sweet. But then the second piece, I was like, ooh. And the third and the fourth, we crushed that cake. We're eating it for breakfast the next day.
Cakes are awesome. I love a good cake, man. Shout out to my wife and my homie wife, Delesta. So Delesta and then my wife, Christian, they actually had a cake business when we first graduated college.
Really?
Where they would do decorative cakes, man. Like they would do like some dope ass cakes. But I mean, it was a lot because their cakes were really awesome. And so just life, we kept having kids and babies, and so life just got away. And so they weren't able to continue doing it. But when I said they went hard, like they did some of my birthday cakes, like I love pasta, so they made like a pasta cake. Literally the cake looked like a big bowl of pasta.
That is crazy.
And meatballs and like everything, and it was all cake.
No, I knew, like, because baby girl's birthday was the other day. I knew your wife did a crazy cake for her last year. I can't remember what it was though, but it was insane.
Yeah, I mean they've done some amazing. They've done like Lightning McQueen for our kids' birthdays. They made like Lightning McQueen cakes or whatever. I'm trying to find pictures of this.
Well, there are two cakes. Somebody had 2 cakes last. Somebody have 2 cakes last year.
Oh, which one? I don't know. They probably did, man. I got 4 kids. We just have so many birthdays and stuff. It'd be like, yo.
I made a cake once. I made it at a racetrack. It was awful. The cake was terrible.
The cake was a racetrack?
Yeah, it was chocolate and it was a racetrack and there were like cars on it. Because Jay had that cake when he turned 5, and I got it from the baker, and I thought I can do that. And so
it didn't turn out.
So I made the lines and they had the cars, but the cake had a cornbready taste to it.
Yeah. I don't think cake is supposed to taste like cornbread.
No, it wasn't. So it was a fail.
Oh,
anyway, so for those of you who are new, will you hear the noise in the background?
Hear that little clickety click?
Yeah, that's just me. That's a swear jar. We have a swear jar. So that's me putting coins in the swear jar. And then when it's full, we will decide we will send the money to, donate it to. Oh, we had a giant Coke bottle. Not a swear jar, just a giant Coke bottle. It was a piggy bank. When I was in the vineyard, it broke, and my husband took all the money.
And what'd he do with it?
He took it to the bank, and he kept it. I was like, that money's supposed to be donated. How much was in there? He's like, not much.
He's like, nah, don't worry about it.
It was full of quarters and dimes and nickels. Like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, and that was for years. I mean, that was, for years. We had the thing for, I think we went to World of Coke. Era was probably 3 or 4. She's 15. So.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It cracked. There were so many coins that it cracked. And I guess when it broke, he was like,
yeah.
Let me just leave you that. Yeah. So anyway.
That's cool, man. So, just keep those things in mind when you go into corporate America.
Oh, what's your shirt say? Sorry.
Oh, man. My school, St. Augustine University.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever.
Oh, can you see mine?
She believed she could, but was really tired.
So she didn't.
So she did it?
Yeah, so she didn't.
Oh, so she didn't. Oh, I thought that so she did it anyway. Okay, no, so she didn't.
So she didn't. Take care of you. All right? You come first. So I went to a little symposium at the conference yesterday. It was on health and just well-being and putting you first. And it's very stressful being in corporate America or being, working. And if you are successful, you are feeling stress. You're feeling stress from work. You're feeling stress from juggling family and all the other things you have to do, and put you first. If you're tired, take a nap. Okay.
So we'll see. Can you see this? That is like a Barbie cake.
Oh.
That they made.
Yeah. I see that. Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. It had like the Barbie like stuff all over it.
They should do that.
They did like cowboy jerseys. Those are all cakes.
Oh, that's neat. Yep, I see.
That they made.
That's cool. Who's a Cowboys fan?
I used to be a Cowboys fan.
Oh, bless your heart.
So this cake, like the detail on this one was crazy. You can't really tell because it actually it shimmers. Everything on the cake shimmers. It was like a reception cake for a wedding. So even down to the frosting, the flowers, the roses, everything had a shimmer to it or whatever. Like they did so many things. They made like this like cake right there for someone's 4th birthday with the bear, the drums. They actually like playing the drums on there.
That's fondant. Oh,
yeah, like they did their thing, man. They were crazy. They were so skilled and whatnot.
So Shane, I think you should definitely do a TikTok or a reel with giving the top, like do 2 of them, one with the top things not to do and the top things to do. Like you should.
You bet.
You should definitely do that because Shane's real. I mean, what's that one? It's got like over 20,000.
It's almost at 25,000 now.
Yeah, views. So yeah. Even though my good friend China, who's what is her thing on TikTok? Fat greedy girl. It's
China is the groundbreaker over there.
She said 4 videos go viral, and she let me know that viral is 1 million.
Yeah. What I'm doing right now is cute.
Yeah, she's like, oh.
She's like, oh, look at you.
She sounds like
That's
your
so
little videos.
Precious. Look at y'all. That is so precious. When we get to 1 million, then we can talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, you know, your next goal is get to 1 million, then we can sit down and have a discussion. I'll let you know how to do it again.
I mean, because there's like steadily get hundreds of thousands. You're like, how does she like? Oh my! But what she does is she said she posts at night because that's when people are online.
And that's smart. Yeah, wee hours in the morning, people sit down watching anything at that point in time.
Right.
Man, think about that. I was looking at Will Smith has been posting recently.
Oh,
and even canceled. This man gets like 1 million likes. He gets like 5 million likes.
People like Will Smith.
People are like, yo.
Don't judge somebody by their worst.
No, we're like, all right, cool. Well, you messed up. We put you in time out for a little while.
Everybody messes up. Like, who are we to judge?
Come back to us, Will. Make us happy.
Come back
to
us, Will.
You know. Jada's doing Red Table Talks again. We didn't have no Red Table Talks for a while.
Is it back?
Yeah. And fully bald headed too. Like she in full G.I. Jane mode.
Oh,
in
really?
Her new Red Table Talk. Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
I'll have to.
Things are getting back to normal, I guess. So we'll get rumors of her and August Alsina again soon.
No, we won't.
Well,
oh my gosh, good love.
No,
see, there you go.
My bad.
Be ugly. Don't be ugly. Be the light. That's what Jackson tells me to do. Be the light. And I said, I am the light. He's smearing. I'm like, yes, I am. Goddammit.
No, be the light, motherfucker. I said I'm goddamn light. Shit.
I am the light. All right, so we said, all right, so what's coming? I don't know what's coming up on our. We'll have to think about it. But you know, we today is Friday, so it's our happy hour Friday. So drink responsibly.
Boom.
But this
Shiner.
is a great beer that we get from this place around the corner called Ale. Yeah.
Ale. Yeah. ALE.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So Shiner Bach. It's out of Texas. It's out of the Spotzel Brewery in Shiner, Texas. So this is a tasty one. I'll crack it open because it is Friday and I'm grown and I work from home and I will drink responsibly.
I will definitely be popping the edible as soon as I get off this camera and let the afternoon ride out. You know, you got anything going on big this weekend?
No, I don't. But I went to. Okay, so Tuesday, I went to dinner with Becky. So because she came in for the conference. Wednesday, went to the emergency room. Thursday, went down to the conference, then went to dinner with Becky and her colleagues. So I've been outside 3 days.
You've been outside this week. You've been outside.
So, because my girlfriend, my sister Gina was like, what are you going to do this week? And I was like, I think I can sleep in on Saturday and not feel pressure to do anything. I got my nails did last week. So, and my eyebrows. So I'm like, I think I might be able to sleep in, but if she wants to do something, I'll do something with her. So.
There you go.
Yeah. What about you? I know you got kid stuff.
Oh, man, we got kids stuff. We got soccer games. Well, they might get canceled because of Ian coming through. We have tryouts for my son's AAU team. They have tryouts this afternoon, which is kind of like a mute point because we kind of already know who's gonna. We know the 5. Like we know at least the 6 kids that are gonna make it because they're just our kids, and they're just that good. But what's funny is that tryouts were supposed to be last week, but the head coach couldn't be there, and so the organization was like, "We'll still have tryouts," and the head coach was like, "Nah, you're not gonna try out my team without me." And then, you know, we all decided that we're not gonna go to tryouts, so we all just said that we're not coming, and so they were like, "Okay, well, since the core group of like 6 kids who are like really good are not coming, we'll move the entire tryout." So shout out to working together in numbers. We can just change stuff. People come together.
Yeah. come together.
Come
And
together, decide you don't like something. People will change.
Exactly. Because, because I was, right. It's like, what would happen if everybody that is disenfranchised woke up and chose violence?
Bro, like
And
what's
when
the
I
other
say
countries?
it's figuratively speaking,
Look at
not
Haiti.
literally, but
we had in Israel they had the hot summer a couple years ago or whatever. The spring, yeah. Hot spring. Was it hot spring?
It was something spring.
It was something hot or spring. Something. Anyway,
but
people were coming together.
Right.
You had the
Arab Spring. It was the
Arab Spring. That's what it was. Arab Spring.
The Arab Spring.
They came together, shut that down. You have the women in Tehran right now. Have you seen that story?
Yes.
Yo, they're like, you know what?
Oh,
we good on covering up our heads.
We're not going
we letting the hair
take
out.
This shit anymore. Oh, what we should talk about that. What's the girl that was arrested by the morality police, and she died in custody. We can't forget about what's her name, Shane. And the women have gone bananas. Like, look, we're not covering up. Like, this is unacceptable. What's her name? I can't remember. You have it?
I'm pulling it up now.
That's so funny. You look like Tom.
Mahsa Amini. Mahsa Mahsa. Please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing her name. Mahsa Amini.
How you spell last name?
Died in police. Amini.
Okay. Yeah, she died. She was arrested for not covering. Now you know the story. Like, before the Ayatollah Khomeini, they didn't have to, in the 70s. They weren't covered. It was like when he took over, then everybody had to be covered up. So it's like you go forwards and time marches on, but you go backwards.
Yeah, that made me so sad. Like, as a man, I was like, what the fuck? Like, my daughter can't grow up in a world where there's still women being beaten across the head for not covering up their hair.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That shit is crazy, because that's how she died. They're saying, like, she died after having multiple blows to the head.
Is that what?
She was beaten the head because she wasn't wearing her hijab.
That is insane.
That's wild.
And
I'm seeing these...
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm seeing these cell phone videos of these old ass men getting all in a tizzy with these women for not covering up, like complete strangers start like hitting them with their jackets and sticks for not having their hair covered up. Like, what? Like, why is it so bothering? That one guy was like, because you. Yeah.
The president was was in the U.S. interviewing Christina Amanpour, and she's Iranian, and he was like, the only way I'll do the interview with you is if you cover your head. She's like, I will not. I'm in the U.S. Like, there's no law or rule. Now, if she were there in Iran, she would, but not on U.S. soil. So he refused the interview.
That's wild, man.
And you know what, Shane? So
what's that?
When you turned your head to the side, you do have Mike Tomlin's mannerisms. You do. So funny, you do.
That is funny. That's been the buzz this week. You know, my wife's been seeing that for years. Yeah. Jay, my wife and my mother-in-law. Yeah, they all say like, can
I clout? Can you get anything? Can I get you anything?
I don't know, man. I never used it. Never dress up. My wife keeps trying to get me to dress up like him for Halloween.
Oh,
no.
Why? All you have to do is put a Steelers jersey.
The Steelers jersey, yeah, and some headphones.
Yeah,
I know. I just don't want to.
I just don't want to. Like trick or treat.
That's the petty in me. She wants to. Her and my mother-in-law wants me to do it so much that I just don't.
Oh, that you're saying no. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's just like no.
Be the light. Be the light.
I am the light. God damn it.
Be the light. All right, everybody. So, all right. We already said where you can find us, who we are, and we'll be back with you next week. And we don't know what we're going to be talking about, but
it'll be something entertaining.
It'll be something interesting and entertaining. And yes, and then Shane, you're going to make your TikTok or your reel or
I will make
whatever.
the TikToks and the reels.
Yes.
Trish will post and Trish will tell us the next installment of what the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can post at night so people can listen when they're out. Yeah, because right now my TikTok is all dogs and cats.
It is, but Beanie be getting them views though.
Well, yesterday, and I just last thing, he was so funny last night. He had a belt thing in his mouth. I kept telling Jason, get it. So we kind of cornered him, and he was like, Beanie, sit. Beanie went sit. So I was like, I go like this, and he sat. But he was looking back and forth.
He's
His
like, y'all not
eyes
getting
were
me.
they were as big as saucers. He was looking back and forth because he's trying to figure how do I get away? Because
Yeah.
I am not giving up this belt. It
That's
was
funny.
so I wish I would it would have been taped. It was hilarious.
Oh, is that why you kept butt dialing me? Dude, you butt dialed me like 3 times last night.
I was out. It was my phone was in my purse.
Oh, okay.
I think I spoke to you and then put the phone in my bag and
Then it called me again.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, Shane called.
That's funny.
So anyway. All right. Well, have a great week.
You too, my friend.
Have a great weekend. That's what I meant. Have a great weekend. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.